Hello and welcome to Emerald Meadows, your one-stop channel for all things RC and sometimes quilting. Today we're going to be talking about Failsafe, specifically on the Frsky using the Tyrannus. We're going to be demonstrating how to set it up and some of the things you may want to keep in mind as you go forward. We'll be demonstrating today on a little model that I've created that I use for testing. It's easier for me when I want to test some of the changes I make to my radio. It's easier to use this model, and if I want to test out maybe new receivers, such as in this case, I want to test out the effects of Failsafe. It's easy to use this model. So I'll switch everything on here.
Welcome to Toronto.
I am using simply the voltmeter, the Frsky voltmeter, as well as the Frsky barometer. These are basically the only two devices I use. This gives me my speed and altitude. This gives me my voltage. And knowing the voltage has been a big asset for me because it really is hard to guess how much power is left in your battery on an electric. Because depending on the wind of that day, depending on how much throttle you put in, your battery, I find that my battery time can almost double in a favorable condition. And what may be favorable on the ground may not be favorable 300-400 meters above you. So knowing that has really increased the enjoyment of being able to fly longer sometimes and to know when to come down without it falling out of the sky. That's another reason why the Failsafe is so handy. What it does, Failsafe in a nutshell, is that when the RSSI, or return signal strength indicator, between the plane and the radio are disconnected for some reason because of failure, because of radio conditions, it causes the control surfaces on your plane to go to a preset location, like a home free place. The advantages of that is that you can control, you will not have control of the plane, but you can control what happens to it when you do lose that connection. In a lot of cases, it's going to depend on the plane you're flying. Each plane has its own characteristics. But as a rule, what I like to have is elevator to cause it to kind of dolphin down. I give it some ailerons to cause it to dolphin down in a direction. I also turn my flaps down to 30 to 50%. And I put my motor down to about a quarter or so. When you're doing your failsafe at home, or anywhere else, sometimes people will change their control surfaces and they forget to set the motor. And so when the plane loses signal, the control surfaces move to a pre-configuration, but the motor doesn't turn. Something you just want to remember, make sure you set your motor, and we're going to do that today. In order to set the failsafe, the button that you use to bind, the first bind to your radio, to your receiver, that's the failsafe switch. All you have to do is put your controls in the configuration you want, press the button, and it's set. You don't need to hold the button too long. In fact, if you hold it too long, you won't get a connection. So it's a quick set, and that's all you need to do. So like I said, what I want to do is I want to have a failsafe where I have elevator, cause it dolphining. It'll come down. When you have too much elevator, it will go down and drop out of the sky because of the increased drag. And the aileron is really to keep it in a direction, hopefully, that I can see. If we don't, it could fly straight away from you, and it could go quite a distance where you may never find it. And the flaps is just to slow it down a bit on its descent. And the motor is just to keep it in the air so that it doesn't, even if you change the control surfaces without the motor, it's coming straight down. So let's make a few changes. Okay, we're holding our surfaces to where I want them to be. I'm going to turn on my flaps, and don't forget, I'm going to turn on my motor. Get my little pin ready. Okay, now I've set, and I just touched my failsafe, and now all you have to do to test it is turn your radio off, and we'll see what happens. see, once connection is reestablished, the plane takes over control. Notice that I had the flaps down so it didn't go down. Let's try that again, and we'll turn the flaps so you can see the flaps going on. Losing signal now. Flaps go down, aileron, elevator. Radio on. You notice there's quite a delay in connecting and reconnecting, so it's good that you have some stability, but when you do get reconnection, your plane should be flyable again. So I hope you found this video useful on Failsafe. I hope that you use it. It gives me that little bit of sense of security. It makes the hobby a lot more fun, and enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on this channel. Bye-bye.